Hey, it's Brendon Payne with Century 21 Expert Advisors here in Charleston. And today I want to talk to you about a topic that comes up a lot when I'm having conversations with agents about growing their business. And what I want to share with you is there's typically three things that you want to look at if you're in a growth mindset, but you're getting concerned that maybe you're not positioned well to hit your numbers this year. So you really have got the desire to grow your business, but you're wondering, do I have the right foundation? Do I have the right things behind me so that my efforts will be rewarded the way that I want to? So the first thing that I want to talk with you about is, do you have a clear picture of what needs to change in your business? Okay? Do you have a clear picture of what needs to change in your business? Because the one thing that we know is if you continue to do what you've done in the past, most likely you're going to get what you've gotten in the past. All right, that's just kind of how business works. Now, there can be some changes, good, bad, and different in the market that can affect people's business, but primarily changes in your business are a result of changes in your actions. So do you know what your business needs to look like? Do you know what your day needs to look like? Do you know what your schedule needs to look like in order to grow? Just having the desire typically isn't enough. It's a great start, but you really have to be clear on, what do I need to change up in my actions, my activities, in order to do the production that I want to do? Okay. Number two that I wrote down is, do you have access to, have you been given access to the types of people, the types of mentors, the peers that you are around and getting guidance from? Do you have access to people who have already been where you want to go? One of the biggest detriments to agents in this business is that there's a lot of people that are coaching, quote, coaching agents, training agents, and guiding agents on paths that they've never been down. So when you have people that are giving guidance on how to grow the business for an agent, and the person that's giving the guidance actually hasn't produced at that level, that's kind of the blind leading the blind. And it happens a ton in our industry. You may have already experienced it and said, man, I don't know if I really trust that this stuff is going to get me where I want to go. And if you don't have the confidence in the plan, then there's a real challenge there. You're going to be a lot less likely to implement those things until you have confidence in them. So do you have access to people around you that can guide you the way that they've already experienced it to your levels of production? And then the third one is, what's the environment? Okay, are you in an environment that's conducive to you growing? One of the challenges beyond not having the guidance is then getting into an environment where it's not a growth mindset, where the rest of the people that you're working around, or maybe it's in a virtual setting, you may not be around any other agents, any other peers. And so the challenge with that is not about what business model that you're in. Okay, there's all kinds of business models for companies, from 100% commission to virtual offices to you name it. You're on your own. You've got all kinds of different things. And I'm not judging what a business model is or the benefits of it, but there is a direct correlation, typically, between the amount of support that you're going to get and the amount of involvement from the leadership within the individual offices. So if you don't have a lot of that involvement and you're trying to grow, then understand that there's only a couple of options. Option one is you grow by default, meaning you grow as maybe the market grows, you grow in income, maybe as appreciation in the market, or maybe as you grow your centers of influence, things like that. But it's very reactive. It's waiting on something else. The other option is you can actually take some initiative and you decide, you know what, I'm not in an environment where I have a lot of that, so I'm going to go out and find it. Now, that can be very effective. If you are that type of personality that you're going to go out and figure things out, it can be very effective. But it takes longer, and sometimes it absorbs quite a bit of money and time along the way while you're figuring things out. Third option is get into an environment where you've got a lot of access to people and you've got a lot of access to resources around you so that you can focus on your growth and let others who've already kind of led the way allow you to grow quicker and typically more profitable. So hopefully this has given you some insight and some things to look at if you're wondering whether or not you're positioned for a breakout year, which I know in this environment, in this market, everyone should be planning on having a breakout year in 2019. So review these three things in your business. And if you want to get my thoughts or ask any questions in addition to these or anything else in the real estate world, I'd love to take an email or shoot me a text, find me on Facebook, and let me know what's on your mind. I'd love to help you out, do a quick business review, and let you know some thoughts on what I think you can do in order to grow this year. So again, I appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you again soon.